This is Alita from Three Sisters Rugs to Riches. Guess where we are today? We are at Coops to Co-ops, getting ready for another big Saturday tomorrow, the first Saturday of the month, from June to October. We are here at Coops to Co-ops from 8:30 to 2. Vendors are welcome. So if you're interested in coming here, message us and we'll tell you what you need to do. But the most important thing we want to do today is introduce you to one of the owners of Coops to Co-ops, Janet and Jeff Phillips. And this is Janet Phillips here today, working hard in the kitchen, as always, doing her wonderful vegan lunches that she has for everybody. So, Janet, I think a lot of people would like to know, how did Coops get started?
Well, I opened a raw vegan local organic store in Ocean City on the boardwalk because I just wanted to wake people up to how bad our diets and everything else have become. I wanted to have a contrast. I wanted to show people. Plus, I have a background in wild edibles, and I wanted to bring those into the store and introduce people to them. So the first time I was interviewed, this woman, the last question she asked me, she said, "When will you know you've accomplished what you set out to do here?" And I said, without even thinking, it came out of my mouth, when every chicken house turns into a greenhouse on the Eastern Shore.
Perfect.
So sure enough, we lived in the property next door, and this property came up for sale. It made sense that I put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, and Jeff and I got busy and went for it. I mean, this place was a wreck, and
Can imagine.
but now it has so much flavor. These old buildings are just so amazing. For anybody else, it would have been a tear down, but we saw potential.
Well, I know there's a lot of really cool stuff around here. Where did all this neat furniture and all your decor come from?
Well, a lot of it came from Phillips Crab House. My husband was part of the Phillips family, and so much of what you see was in storage, tucked away. Nobody wanted it, and I just felt that was a shame, and I felt like, what greater way to decorate this place than with all of this.
It adds so much character.
It does. It just creates such a unique experience here, and it's so great to have that kind of carry forward into a whole new realm.
Yes, and for me, seeing all these wonderful things reminds me of Phillips Crab House. It was a part of our childhood, and everybody that's lived here for so many years. And so I love everything you've done here.
I appreciate it.
So when we're working at here first Saturdays, you have a really fabulous vendor lunch for everybody. And it's so nice because I had not had much experience with vegan food. Did I say vegan food or vendor food? I don't know what I said. Anyway, it's a vegan lunch. And tell us some of the things you normally use to make a meal. I mean,
well, just the best things on the planet. I mean, I grew up on a farm and we raised animals to eat, and I thought that was what you had to do.
Yeah.
And it was very labor intensive, and it's
heartbreaking.
not a beautiful sight. Yes, it's not, but you just grow up with that, and it's your normal. And then when I found out you don't have to eat animals it's actually better that you don't, I go, woohoo!
Right.
And then I wanted everybody to know. And along with the wild greens, free food everywhere. Everyone should know this.
You just have to know. And speaking of that, having to know what you can eat. Saturday we have a special treat because Janet is doing a wild edible plant walk. Did I get that right?
Yes.
So that will be at 10:30 in the morning for anybody that wants to come, and be sure they're here for that. And then she's going to show you how to make a fabulous green smoothie.
Yes.
So we'll try to go along on the edible plant walk for a while. So I want to learn more about it myself, and I think Janine, who is doing the little filming here, is going to be on the plant walk. So what does that involve when you do a plant walk?
I'm going to keep it very simple because it can be overwhelming. Every plant here has edible or medicinal, but what we use most and what most people will find in their own backyards, if they let it grow, stop spraying, this stuff will pop up, and it's the most nutritious food on the planet.
Oh,
so
I need to know this stuff.
How simple. I mean, I can take a handful of wild greens that we collect and say, this is all the nutrition you need in a day.
Wow.
And we don't need more. We just need information.
And do you do other classes for this for people? Or?
I do. We had the Assateague Coast Kids out Wednesday.
Okay.
For years before COVID hit, I worked with Salisbury University students, and they would come out here. A lot of their environmental studies classes.
Yes.
And so I would do in the spring and in the fall, like well over 100 students in increments, and they would come out and we'd do a 2-hour wild edible plant walk and then big buffet of raw vegan food so they could experience it. It's not enough just to look at the plants, it's more important that you get to actually enjoy them.
You should do a class at SU. That's an important class. It really is.
Yeah.
And what
Well,
does-
they did come to me, so yeah, so it made it easy. I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I didn't have to be on a schedule or anything.
Well, tell us, along with that, what are some of the other things you do here at Coops when we're not having our vendors here for Saturdays?
Well, we are still finishing up a couple projects. Like our greenhouse is not finished, and a couple other things that we want to get done. And this year, I kind of wanted to keep it quiet because my grandkids are going to be here for a lot this summer. But ultimately, there's so many other things we can be doing with this space. We've had forest schools for the kids here. We've hosted with our swap shop. We've hosted a lot of families in need to come and get free clothing at Christmas time. People donated like crazy, and they just came here and just got whatever they wanted.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Janet mentioned the swap shop. There is a wonderful free swap shop here. So when you come down, you can just load your car up with things you don't need, and you can put it in the swap shop. And if there's anything you need, help yourself. But you can bring donations down here because I've seen other families coming here that really need things.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people come and they want to pay, but I go, no, it's free. But then they feel like they have to reciprocate, and I go, it's not really necessary. We have so many donations. Please take some. So that's the other side of it.
Yes.
Don't feel obligated to,
Yeah, we have baby and children's clothes, and men's and women's, and then there's some household things, some toys occasionally. So take a look and just remember to bring some things down if you have some things you need to go to the thrift shop. And so it helps everybody. Recycling, it's all going around full circle. So you're doing, I know you do a lot here with children's classes and things like that as well. Do you want to talk about any of your future plans for Coops? Some things you may want to be doing?
Well, we've envisioned doing creating a campground and basically to teach the wild edibles and teach forest skills for families to come and learn. We've also this is a great wedding venue and other things. So
rustic
yes,
destination.
It's so perfect, and you don't have to worry about rain or shine. You don't have to worry about putting up a tent. You don't. We've got it all here. Something for everyone.
Yes, and even a nice little area down there which Janine can take a picture of later. Make some beautiful photo shoots for the bride and groom.
Yeah.
And so I'm really interested in that too, with the rustic destination for a party or wedding. So it's not quite ready yet, but if you're interested, talk to Janet, because I know people plan their weddings a year or so in advance. So if you are thinking about something like this, let Janet know, and we will work on it for you and see what we can do in the future. So we're going to say goodbye now because Janet has a lot of work to do, and Nicole, who's hiding in the background. So we will see you tomorrow, and we're going to have some other good stuff tomorrow. So check out Coops to Co-ops, vendors, events, and other fun stuff for all the neat things we'll be doing. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
Yay, Janet.
Yay.